So basically, the demo today is on all the Ream-related sub-projects. We'll demo what we've done over the last 2 weeks, the user stories that we've covered, and we'll also cover a little bit about any config changes. I think that'll be important for ABS. So the 4 projects we are covering is RSE with SuperWeb 2, SDMX Web Service, DDI with SuperChannel, and confidentiality with SuperServer. There's one main change that's being introduced in this release. We're picking up the latest version of JRE, which is either JRE or JDK 16020, and we're also upgrading to Tomcat 6026. Now, prior to this release, we haven't been able to use Tomcat versions higher than 19. Yeah. And that was because of some servlet changes that we needed to make. So we've made those changes. And you should be able to use the latest Tomcat, which is 6026. It's always a good idea to go with the latest versions because there's bug fixes being released with both the JRE/JDK and Tomcat. So it's always a good idea to pick up the latest one. And there's obviously some performance improvements as well. Okay, so we'll start with the first demo, and over to you, Wei.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Wei. I'm going to give you a demo of RSE and SuperWeb 2 stories we finished in this iteration today. First, I'll give you a brief of the user stories we've done in this iteration. There are basically 3 user stories. The first one is user story 5.1, which is about showing annotations, RSE annotations in SuperWeb 2 data table. Then there's user stories 7.1 through to 7.2, 7.3. They're all about showing RSE values in SuperWeb 2 percentage view. Before we start the demo, I'll give you a brief introduction of the formula we use to calculate the RSE percentages. What you see in the screen is in this formula, X represents the RSE value of a data cell, and Y represents the total, the RSE of that total. So if we want to calculate RSE value of X on Y, then this is the formula, and there are 2 special conditions. If in the formula X, the value of X is smaller than Y, then the value, the RSE value of the RSE value of X is smaller than the RSE value of Y, then there will be negative values before we do the square root. Then what we do in SuperWeb 2 is we suppress that value in the data table we show. And the second special condition is if we are calculating the RSE values for total, then the RSE value for that total will also be suppressed because it will always be 0. I'll start with showing you what we'll see in SuperWeb 2. So what I'm doing now is connecting to a demo machine which set up on demo box. Yeah, now I'm logging into SuperWeb 2 using my username and password. What you see, you can I'll select a pre-saved TXT file. I'll load a predefined TXT file. It's using the ABS NHS 2007 database. Now, with the table, I'll select to show RSE values, and you can see there are annotations for each data cell. If you hover your mouse over a particular annotation, it will give you a brief message of the explanation. You can also look up the annotations and descriptions on on the annotation table down the data table, and if we if we choose to view tables in percentage view, if I now choose to view percentage in rows, then you can see the RSE values will change, and the default IS view will be changed to show summation along with RSE values, and you can also see that there will not be any RSE annotations in the data table, and there will be a brief footnote showing under the table to inform users that in percentage view there will not be any RSE annotations, and it will also state that RSE values will be shown by default. And last is because we choose to view percentage in rows. So for each of the row totals, you can see the RSE values are suppressed. The default suppressed symbol is a hyphen. It's configurable through Superweb 2 configuration. And what I'll show you next is all these RSE percentages are also available in table downloads. So I will download the table as Excel 2007 format. What you can see in this downloaded spreadsheet is there are two sheets on this downloaded file, the data sheets and the RSE sheets. On the RSE sheets, there are all the RSE percentage RSE values, and you won't be able to see any RSE annotations. Also, you can see the table footnote to state that you can't see the annotations. Yeah, in this RSE data sheets, there are all RSE values, percentage RSE values, whereas if you go back to the data sheets, there will be all the percentage data values. I'll download it in a different format. You can see if we download this table in CSV string format. Similar to the previous downloaded table, you won't see any annotations for each of the cells because we show that we have a footnote, and we get all the RSE percentage values and data values in different columns. Yeah, that's about what we want to show in Superweb 2. Let's go back to the slides. The configurations there. As I mentioned before, the suppression symbol can be configured through Superweb 2. The details go to the cube catalog files and change one of the attributes of the cube. And there's the table footnote is also configurable through Superweb 2 labels.